Ladies and gentlemen, the coronavirus has certainly disrupted a lot of plans this year. If 2020 had been an ordinary year, we would have likely been meeting today. It's nevertheless a pleasure to speak to you about artificial intelligence at the very end of the Croatian presidency. The last few months, they have certainly been the most unusual, the most unsettling environment in which a council presidency had ever had to operate. So I'm glad that you have found a way for this conference to go ahead. And this is possible, of course, because of digitization. The COVID crisis has challenged each and every one of us. Our health and our health systems, our economies, our very personal way of living. It has also been a testbed for digital solutions. As we have had to avoid the physical interaction, digital technology has stepped in and partly filled the gap. It has allowed us to go and to shop online. We have communicated online, worked from home, taught our children from a distance, and followed sports classes on our computers. And that experience is a powerful reminder of just how much digital technology has to offer. Digital technologies are also able to help us deal with the virus itself. Data, in combination with artificial intelligence and supercomputers, are major assets in detecting patterns in the spread of the virus or potential treatments. This is why the European Union has been funding a range of research and innovation actions in the field of AI and health. Some 3 months ago, we also launched an initiative to collect ideas about deployable artificial intelligence and robotic solutions that could help face the ongoing COVID-19 crisis. In response to this call, numerous digital solutions were shared on our website. I'm often asked if all the benefits that digital solutions have brought us during the crisis have changed the Commission's digital policy. Have we been too critical of tech companies, too careful and too bureaucratic when it comes to digital technologies? My answer to this is that our objectives are more relevant than ever. The more we use and depend on digital technologies, the more important it is that these technologies are in tune with our values, our beliefs, our rules. We firmly believe that the great potential that the digital transformation holds for our societies and economies. At the very beginning of this mandate, the Commission identified what we call the twin transitions. This is our main strategic objective, an objective to promote the transition to both a green and a digital economy and society. And this has proven more relevant than ever in our strategy for the recovery after the corona crisis. Together with our proposal for a modern and revamped long-term European budget, we have proposed a new recovery programme, Next Generation EU, as you know it. I think the name for this programme is well chosen. As we suggest borrowing money from our children and grandchildren, we should invest in a way that benefits them. To make our planet greener, and to invest in modern technologies that will secure their jobs and their prosperity. And there's a huge economic potential in investing in our digital infrastructures and capabilities. We need first-class connectivity, efficient cloud solutions, and computing power in Europe. We need to make sure that the vast amount of data that is created every day, many of which are non-personal data, are made available to innovators and to startups. And we need to invest in research and skills. There's even more to the story. When we adopted our digital strategy back in February, we said that we want to shape Europe's digital future. We want technology to serve a true purpose, to make a difference in people's lives. We want digital technologies to work for each and every one of us. Artificial intelligence is a case in point. If properly developed and used, it can work miracles, both for our economy and for our society. It can help us manage health crises like the current one and predict the next one before any human being. It can help us identify fraudulent transactions on e-commerce marketplaces so that we do not end up buying counterfeit products without knowing it. And it can help us become climate neutral by 2050 by saving energy and waste at any stage of the product cycle. We need to put all our joint effort into developing these European artificial intelligence solutions. But artificial intelligence can also do harm. It can lead to discrimination, amplifying the prejudices and the biases that are already inherent in our society. Women may not be offered a top management job because they have occupied fewer of such jobs in the past than men. Immigration and people belonging to certain ethnic groups might be targeted by predictive policing techniques that direct all the attention of law enforcement to them. This is not acceptable. Artificial intelligence may also alter the behavior of products after we have bought them. If it means that a music streaming services to which I have a subscription recommends a song that I don't like, well, I can live with this. But if my self-driving car takes decision on whose life to spare in case of an accident, I would want greater scrutiny over such decisions. And this is why we said in our white paper on AI that high-risk applications need to be properly regulated. That we need to know that they are technically robust and safe, that they have been trained on reliable data, that somewhere there is a human in the loop. I'm aware, obviously, that it's not an easy thing to define which AI systems are high risks and which are not. For some areas it may be obvious, as an example when AI might be used for mass surveillance purposes. For other areas, this is more difficult. This key question was also one of the key questions raised in our public consultation on the white paper that ended mid-June. Close to 1,200 people or organizations responded to this consultation, which show how much people care about this issue. Most of these contributions agreed that AI, if not properly framed, might compromise our fundamental rights or safety. And many of them agreed with us that we should focus our attention on high-risk applications. But rather few of them were convinced that we had already found the silver bullet that allows us to distinguish between high and low-risk applications. And this is why today's conference is also important. Given that artificial intelligence, one way or another, affects every one of us, we need a thorough debate on how to deal with this technology. We want to develop European AI with clear rules and innovative solutions to boost our economic growth and societal welfare. For this, we need to safeguard our trust in this technology, because without trust, no sustainable progress is possible. And in this spirit, I wish you an inspiring and productive conference.